part of this. And I did make myself a little kind of cheat sheet so that I could go for quick access. Let me get to it because I'm always jumping around between um, URLs. So I'm going to minimize this. And then again, I'm not looking at the chat. So I know Heather, you are, so just jump in at any given moment. I'm going to share my screen.
I will, but I don't want to interrupt you if you're like in the middle of something. But I will. You
That's,
know me.
I know. Okay. All right. So I just made myself a little cheat sheet with my links so that I could kind of jump in. I'm going to talk about Studio Social, Market Social, Studio Books. Oh, why do I have two Studio Books in here? Content Creator and the Virtual Newborn Studio, which hopefully will be more finalized tomorrow. I'm fine-tuning a bunch of things on it. Hold on. I just realized my laptop is not sure. So hold on before I get going. Um, Hold on. Okay. If you don't have any of these programs, post in the chat if you're like, and I have no idea what you're talking about, anything. I would love to know what you have, what you don't have. Just for my own sake. You could just post what you have, what you don't have, or it's all foreign to you. I just want to make important notes, and I'll say it again at the end. We had kind of turned lifetime on, lifetime off. Some of these lifetime will go away. Some the price is going to change tomorrow because I'm making everything permanent domains. So I'll explain what's going on. So let me start with I'll just tell you that if you go, you can all see my screen, right? I don't know what just drew on my screen. That was weird. So Anna Brand Education, and if you go to the new programs, you should see, I don't know what I drew. I don't know, something on my Zoom. You can see Studio Social, Market, Dream Studio, My Studio Books, Newborn Studio. Right now, this is the only place you can buy them because they're all on sale. All you have to do is hit get your access, pick which one you want. You can do credit card, Venmo, PayPal. They're all here. This will not be available tomorrow. Very important, okay? Because I'm changing everything. So right now, this is where you can buy them, okay? And I'll say this again at the end. Right now, this is the only place you can buy them. So let's start with My Studio Books because see, I have my cheat sheet. I didn't even go there, but I can. Oh, that's the box I'm working on. So we'll just start with My Studio Books. If you are new, so I'm in the inside. I'll do a cognito window so you can see if you're not a member. So if you're not a member, this is what you would see. It's an active beta. Active beta means it is not a finished product. That's what that means. Okay, that means that it's working 100%. You can import information, you can add information, but it means it's still in development. Originally, when I started building this, and for those of you who don't know, CRM means Relationship Manager. And when you're new or if you've never used one, the acronym just sounds horrible. I wish there was a different name for it because it's not intuitive. And I know that when I started, I had no idea what a CRM was. The bottom line is, in a nutshell, it's the database, the house to keep all of your client files and information. So, a lot of times when I'm mentoring, especially when I'm mentoring on Zoom, I was mentoring someone the other day and I was like, where do you keep your client information? And she's like, a notebook and a spreadsheet and Excel and Trello and blah, 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 blah. But the person I was talking to said she had it in like five different places. And I was like, well, how do you email them? And she's like, sometimes I do it WhatsApp, sometimes I text, sometimes I do a group email. Well, how do you know when their last session was? And the bottom line is her stuff was everywhere. And unfortunately, that's a lot of people. Also, if you've used CRMs in the past, I have used two in the past, Irisworks and Pixello, of which I still have data in there because I haven't merged my data into the one I'm going to show you, basically for privacy reasons, especially my clientele. I got to be super careful. I have celebrities and high profile, and I've got to be super careful about releasing my client data. Everything is secure. I am using a Supabase in the back end. Everything is in a SQL database. Everything is 100% secure. Everything is backed up. The key with a CRM, because I was talking to somebody else the other day, and she's like, "Well, I'm just starting out. I have no clients." I'm like, "Perfect. That's when you do it." Because it's kind of like workshops. There's so many times I do workshops and people are like, "Well, I've never held a live newborn or never wrapped a baby." I go, "Then take a workshop." So many people are hesitant to go because they're brand new, and that's where you should go. That's when you should go to academies, workshops, mentoring when you're brand new and you have no idea what you're doing. Because let me tell you, I've trained people every day that have been around 5 years, 10 years longer, and their systems are upside down and backwards, and we've got to back up, reverse engineer, restart. And it's very frustrating. And for me, someone who's been around a long time, when someone says new CRM, I want to vomit because the thought of setting up my system, importing, it's a nightmare. And you know, if you've been there, it just sucks. Anya posted in our group the other day, how do you know what your workflow is? If you're just starting out, what's the best practice? And I thought, what a brilliant question that was. It was like 1 a.m. We had just come off of a flight Friday night from mentoring. Friday, I was mentoring in Nebraska. And I was telling Alex, I was literally falling asleep in the car and I was like, she's right. Like, if you're just starting out or you've been around a while and you're not sure the workflow, how do you know how to build a workflow in a CRM? You don't. So then I ended up building a workflow wizard. So I'm going to show you what I kind of built for her, and then we're going to go on the inside. So if you're not a member, this is what you'll see. You cannot sign up here. You cannot pay here. We're in beta. The minute this program is done, like it's live. Originally, my table was 3 to 6 months. I think we'll be there in 7 days. Just my thought. Maybe a little bit longer, but I think I'll be there in 7 days. I'm working at rapid speed right now. I'm working at a way faster pace than I had originally planned. I had not planned to launch this till September, just so you know. But now the reason I'm kind of going at rapid speed is because we're heading into July. I do Christmas in July every year, even though I'm already 97% booked to my Christmas because we released it early. I expect that I'll be fully booked with Christmas by July, August. I want September. Once kids go back to school, I have all three kids back in college again. I want all of my things just flying. I want mini sessions, newsletter. I want everything just flying at the speed of light. So I'm working as hard as I can this summer to get all of these programs just running really well so we don't have to deal with it in the fall because I have a very large clientele and the fall is a very, very, very busy time for me and all of you. And I do not want to be troubleshooting all of this. We did hire some new people. We've hired backup. We have people here and virtually that can help troubleshoot when I'm busy. Um, so that's just kind of the back end of it. So if you're not a member, you can do our workflow tool for free to just kind of see what I'm talking about. And you just do build your client journey start to finish. What do you photograph? Let's say I do newborn, studio or location. I do both, but for now I'm just going to say studio. Where do new inquiries come in? For me, everywhere. Do I talk before booking? I'd say only for the bigger sessions, especially because for me, they can buy a session online. So many times we're just emailing. How do you book a client in? Contract and retainer from me, and my clients pay in full upfront. But if not, you can just fill out anything. Do I send a prep guide? Well, for the newborn, yes, every time. How do I deliver the images? Online gallery. Do I sell prints and products? Yes, I do. How do I follow up? All of these build my journey. And then you can see it comes down with kind of a proper best practice workflow, if you will. You can copy this as a checklist. You can save it as a PDF. This is just to kind of help you go, oh, this is what I should do. Because when you're starting out, or even if you've been around a lot, you may not do this. And especially as things get busy, even just stupid things like a review. I started changing When I send my client their gallery for the first time, I'm asking for a review then. I'm not waiting till the full process is done because I feel like sometimes if there's a mix up in the order or you're taking too long or whatever, their review not may not be as great as when they first see the gallery and they're like, "Oh my God, the session was a disaster, but look at these amazing images." That's the time you want to do the review. This says a week after delivery, but you can move the workflow around so you can do it upon gallery. So that's just kind of, anyone can try that if you're not logged in. So if you're logged in, we are on build 149. This is very, very important to pay attention to the builds because, like, just to give you an example, I think since Friday, we went from build 130 to 149. I remember on the plane, we were on build 130, I think. And then now here we are Sunday, you know, a day and a half later, we're already on build 149. For those who are already logged in, all you have to do is go to updates and you can see all the things that I have done. I've set it now so every time I make an update in my build, this page updates. So if you're ever unsure, because we do have a Facebook group where every day, sometimes on the hour, sometimes every 5 minutes, someone is putting in a new request. Some requests I can do sooner than others. I've tried to explain to people that this is like building a house. The infrastructure is very important, not so much as the flowers by the front door, but we need to set the infrastructure properly. So sometimes people are asking for something that I can't do till later. Um, and some things are just not needed because it is a CRM. It's not supposed to be everything and anything, but it is supposed to help you manage your business. Okay. So right away, this is the dashboard, and I see chat, but I'm not looking at it, so I don't know, Heather, if they're just answering my question from
No,
before.
they were just answering what programs they have, like Studio Book, Studio Social, Dream Studio, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, good. Today's also very important because tomorrow I am, as I said, changing everything to direct domains. What that means is right now you can go to mystudiobooks.com. Unlike Studio Social, you kind of have to log in, go to Squarespace, activate your account. It's a huge pain in the ass. All that will change because we had Squarespace front ends for everything. I'm going and I'm changing everything tomorrow. Well, between tonight and tomorrow, we want to open up affiliate. Affiliates will only be available for people who have bought into a particular system. So if you haven't signed up for something, you can't be an affiliate. Um, a lot of people want to be an affiliate without owning the product. That makes no sense. So affiliate is only going to be for anyone who owns any product. Anyone would be able to be an affiliate. You don't need to pay anything extra. For me to do that, it's very important that I clean up the payment, I clean up the logins, all of that. Also, the fees are going to be higher. There is no CRM in the world where you can do a lifetime unless you're doing it at launch. A lot of CRMs, when they're first building, they will do a lifetime option, and it's to kind of build the team, build a group of customers who are trying out a system. Once they get into the final deployment stage, then that lifetime goes away. So some of you may have bought lifetime to previous CRM programs. Right now, the lifetime is 300. I had shut it off, put it on, shut it off, put it on because people were referring people. And then we did a little contest to refer someone, you get a $75 credit to the store. So then I turned it off and people were like, I've referred people, it's not available. So then I put it back on. Now I just decided we will keep the lifetime up probably until it's final and not in beta anymore. But the price is going to go from 300 to 500. It's just that simple. Once
All
we are
the
in,
other programs too?
what?
All the other programs going up too? Content
Yes,
creator?
yes,
Yes.
they're all going up. So as I go into each program, I'll explain it.
And then Natalie asked if you could talk more about the affiliate.
Yes. So I'm going to talk more about the affiliate at the end. Remind me. Um, so the Once we get out of beta, just so you know, the CRM monthly like price, I haven't finalized it yet. Will it be anywhere between 30 to $50 a month? A month? There will be, or an annual fee. I haven't decided what the annual fee is because we're still in build mode. So I can't really decide until the build is done. And then I can do an analysis on our competitors and the industry and get benchmarks for what this tool should cost. I have no investors, no board people to answer to. This is all being done by yours truly. I am paying for any staff to help me. I am paying for all of the back end. My price keeps going up every single day. Is storage. A lot of people are concerned about storage for galleries. We've included a very good amount of storage. There will be a cap at some point, and then you'll be able to add additional storage. Very minimal, probably $10 to $25, not a lot for lifetime people, but we'll figure that out when it comes. I am going to try to absorb as much as I can so that the storage is not a big deal. But just know that almost every CRM out there that's being built has a team, has investors, has a board they have to answer to. I do not have any of that. In all of these programs that I've built, I've already been asked if I would sell. I've already been asked if I would take on investors, and I have said no to everybody. And that's the way it's going to stand for a very long time. I have no interest in selling any of these programs. I have no interest in bringing on any investors. I have sold to companies in the past before I was 30, to web programs that I built. I've talked about it before. So I'm not a stranger to building something and selling something. I built a website company that I sold, and I built a different platform. It was called handcolor.com that I sold for $50,000. I was 29 years of age. The other web company I sold, I think it was $35,000. That was at 27 years of age. So that was a long time ago. If you don't know anything about my background, I was coding and developing intranets at 22. I was actually a coder and a Microsoft certified systems engineer way before I was a pro photographer. I didn't go pro till I was 29. So I already had 7 years of direct coding myself before I even went into photography. One of the reasons I grew so fast in photography is because I had a website before anyone even had a website. I went on YouTube in 2008 before anyone went on YouTube. So I am one of those people that are early adopters, early technology. A lot of people, if you don't know my background, are thinking, what is Anna doing building something? But you have to understand that this is my background before photography. So that's just a little bit of my background. If you don't know anything about me, I'm a total geek nerd nature by heart. I love it all. I could code all day. I was telling Alex, I wish I could freeze booking anybody for the next 6 months so I could just finish this, but I cannot do that. So the dashboard, I put a little motivational message there, some marketing ideas. You can customize your dashboard. This will continually change. As we build more items, we can change this. As we build more items, this customization will change. Because what really bothered me about existing CRMs is there's things that maybe that don't apply to you or you don't want to see. I don't do weddings. I don't do engagements. So I don't do events. So there's a lot of things that maybe I don't want to include. So that's why customization is very important. You can have multiple brands. A lot of people ask that. You can have as many brands as you want. You can upload your logo, your colors, your session types. All you do is just start typing and just say kid parties. You can add whatever you want in here. I believe we made it up to 5 colors. You can add your packages in here, all different packages. So it's all down here. You can show your logos, your brand color, watermark your galleries, welcome page. So then, of course, you go into your calendar. I'm my only customer right now, so you'll see me in here. Client flags. We all have those clients that maybe we forgot about, and then 3 years later they call and you're like, oh my gosh, just a little thing in there for you. Of course, your clients, you can import and export. I have not imported my clients yet because we're still in beta. Once we get out of beta, then I will import my clients. But because I'm constantly showing this, I'm trying not to include anybody in here. So I'm my client, bunch of different things in here. You can see their galleries, invoices, currency, all of that. They have a client portal. So you can copy their portal link. And then you would see this is what their portal link looks like. Okay. So then we go back here. You have expenses, galleries. So with galleries, you could do grid, masonry, slideshow. Go back here. You can give them a link. So you can send your client a gallery link. This is what the gallery looks like. If I had a logo, obviously that would be in here. You can give them a code and you can draft a client email. You can start from a template that you've created. You can draft with AI, or you can simply write your own client email. Okay. Guides, you can create your own. You can upload. You can use templates. invoices, newsletters. You can now send newsletters. This is active. You can choose who you're sending your newsletters to. You can add an image to, preview, send yourself a test, and you can do an embed as well for on your website. Anytime we can do embeds, we will. If we're missing an embed, just say we need an embed. If you don't know what that is and you build your own websites, I use Squarespace, but it's just a code block. You can just add a section, add a code block, copy, paste, and then it immediately shows it. And we do this with Jotform, we do it with Squarespace newsletter. I mean, there's a ton of different things. We will be doing tutorials. The reason I haven't done tutorials is I change these builds like 5 to 10 times a day. But when we are in final and out of beta, then we'll have a whole section of tutorials. Right now, it just doesn't make any sense to do any tutorials because things are literally changing by the minute. If you have products, you can add all of your products in here. Questionnaires. I just added a mini session questionnaire last night that I was playing around with. Referrals. I'm very big on referrals, so you can link your referrals. This is something new we're going to be doing. You can submit to become a featured photographer. We're not doing that. We're not posting it yet. But if you would like to be a featured photographer, please just fill this out. And then when we're ready and we are out of beta, what we want to do is we want to feature a photographer every single week, showcase your work, link, hopefully send referrals to you. So you can fill this out whether you want to fill it out now or in a month. When we're ready to start posting about featured photographers, we will. Requests. This is, again, another embed that you can put on your website for people that want to request a session. Okay. And again, you can turn these on, you can turn these off. Tons of different things, away, out of office. Mini sessions. This was just deployed yesterday. I use usession.com for my mini sessions. I am going to be getting rid of that and just using this. Right now, almost all of my Christmas and everything is already set up in use session. So I already have it for this kind of fall year, but I'm going to add another one, probably beach minis, and use this. I don't do $100 beach minis, but this is just an example. So you can put the price, whether they're doing a pot deposit, you can put the packages in here, you can contract to sign. We just added this option last night. First, we had that no one can duplicate a session, but then it was a request. And I actually do have clients that do book back-to-back family sessions, so that's important. Um,
Anna,
yes.
two things. Is there a way that we could have a share code for social media for newsletter signups, or is there a way to do that already?
A share code first. So right now there's just an embed, but there's not a social link. So a social link, right? Well, if you're doing a social link, you should embed this on your newsletter. I mean, on your website, and then you just share whatever page.
Okay, and then I noticed that when adding a client, we can choose to include them in the newsletter. Does the newsletter offer an opt out or unsubscribe button that will remove them from the newsletter? How do we know they have opted out?
Yes, there should be. That's a very good question. There is an opt out because it's required by law, but I don't see it. Okay, so let me just write myself a note. Newsletter opt out. And to see it. So when you're doing a newsletter, when you're doing the embed, so if I go to annabrandt.com, you can see that right now they can subscribe to a newsletter, right? Right now, this just goes to my Squarespace newsletter, but I would change this to my studio books. And it's, if I show you the back end, how easy a simple embed is, and then I'll just show you, hold on. And then so I do have a page just for newsletter. So this again is an embed. So if you're sharing this on social, that's what you would share. So if I go into Squarespace and I'll just go into Anna Brandt and let me just move this here. So here you can see that this is a code block from Squarespace. But let's say I was adding an embed. I would add a section, blank section. So it's blank. And in here, I would do embed. There's my embed, can put it wherever I want. I would go get the code and I would just copy and paste that code in here. So if I go to my studio books and do newsletters and do copy, and then go back here and just copy that and then save it. You can see, of course, now it's not going to show up. Did I put it on my homepage? I put it right here. Of course, it's not showing up because I'm live. Why are you not showing up? Hold on. Let me just put test so I can see where my marker is. And then I can debug this if it still doesn't want to show up. I wonder if it's competing with my Squarespace. Okay, that's there, but the embed's not showing up. Okay, so I'm gonna fix the embed. That's how you do it, but I'm glad I just tested that. Fix embed. So let me just remove that so nobody's like, what is she doing? But that's how an embed should work. Should. And then all you do is share that. Did I answer that question, Heather? Embed, newsletter, and then opt in, opt out. So I'll go check that. Okay, so then we go down to mini sessions, days, times, and shares, and then you can copy the booking link. So this is what that looks like. And again, this is something you can just put right on your website. Oh, I just threw that in there. But this is what it would look like. And if I go back to mine and go to holiday booking, right now, this goes to my use session. So this is like what my use session is. So this will change to whatever this is. Okay. So there's another embed. Okay. We'll check all these embed sessions. You can just see all the information about a session. You can add to your calendar, Google, Outlook, how they paid, deposit paid, what packages, all that fun stuff. There's templates as well. To-dos, updates, and then your workflows. If you want to build your workflow with a guide, it's the same wizard that I put on the homepage. Same thing. You can just go through, answer the questions, and it'll help build your workflow in here, which is super important. Okay. So this is my studio books. As I said, right now it's 300 for life. Once we are out of beta, that doesn't mean things will change. That means that we feel like we have a very good program to speak. As any program, there's going to be updates. Probably not every day on the hour like we're doing now, but probably every couple of weeks or once a month, we'll do updates. Anytime something's broken, we'll fix it. I fully expect that this will become even more robust as we go along. We have a huge list of things that we're working on. We still need to connect the payment processors. We still have to do quite a few things so that payments can be handled. So there's still a ton of features to come. So just understand that it's not like when we're out of beta, then we're just done. That means that when we're out of beta, there will be no lifetime option. I have to be very, very, very clear about that. We are not going to do a lifetime option after it's final. When will that be? I don't know. I could say 7 days. I could say 14 days. I can tell you one thing, it won't be September. It'll be most likely in the next week or two, or possibly three. I would love it to happen in the next 7 days, is my opinion, because I'm anxious to use it for my own business. The $300, we've had it up now 3 weeks. This is my third webinar I've done. I've sent multiple newsletters. I've opened up the referral program again, that if you refer someone, we're giving you a $75 credit per referral. But then tomorrow we are going to change the 300 to 500. Um, with the affiliate, I can't tell you exactly what the commission is going to be or exactly how it's going to work yet, but I will announce it tomorrow. My concern right now in the next 24 hours is converting all the domains. Whenever we do that, we have issues because people have cached sites. And this is very important to pay attention to the build, pay attention to the cache. Your computers do hold on to things. Trust me, I know it. If you're ever unsure and something's not working, you just do new private window. That means you're incognito, and that means it's pulling it off of a fresh build from the database. But we've had people that have had to delete their cache, restart their computer, go incognito, try a new browser, and still do that. So just understand that when DNS changes happen, it's probably 24 hours of people having bugs. So I need to make sure that happens, and then I'm going to set up affiliates. The commission is going to vary across multiple platforms, and I'm trying to do direct payouts. For example, Stand Store right now, my Stand Store, if someone buys something in the Stand Store and you're an affiliate, your commission is paid to you directly, and we have the balance. That is how I would like it to be because I do not want to deal with monthly commission and payouts. I just don't know if I can build that code in. If I can't build that code in, we may use StanStore as a way to sell these programs for affiliates, which means they would buy it in the StanStore, they would get an automatic PDF with their information to log in, and you would get payment immediately. That's how we would like to do it because I can't stand monthly payouts and commissions. So just bear with me on that. I will release information about that tomorrow. Understand that tomorrow prices will be changing across the board. Okay. So as the DNS has changed, the prices change. So does anyone else have any questions about my studio books before I go to
Yes.
the other programs? Okay.
Um, can we print a list of clients that have signed up for a certain mini session?
hmm You should be able to. I can make a printer friendly page, mini session, because that's important. I'll just say printer friendly because I was like copying use session and pasting it to a pages document and printing it out before I went and did Santa sessions, and I almost blew my brains out doing that. So I'm with you on that. Mini session printer friendly list. Okay. What else?
That's it in the
Okay.
chat.
Okay. So understand that we had kicked everybody out of the Facebook group for my studio books. But apparently, my computer invited like 500 people. I must have missed something when I created the group. Sometimes you can hit invite. I don't remember doing that, but it must have did it. So people keep joining every day, and Heather and I keep kicking people out that have not bought it. And we're going to continue doing it. It's a huge pain in the neck, but I'm seeing it with other groups as well. I'm seeing it with Studio Social. We do have Facebook groups for all of these programs, which are very important because people can leave feedback. Um, but if you haven't bought it yet, we're going to kick you out. So if you're in here and you haven't bought it, we're going to kick you out because there's no point being in this group if you haven't bought something. But you can see that I update the builds. Whenever I updated the builds, people ask questions every single day of things that they want. And then we put in today's updates as much as we can, and everyone has feedback and questions and things that they want, and I welcome it. Sometimes I respond right away, sometimes I wait, but I look at every single request, and whatever we can do, we do. Okay, so these groups are very important, but again, we do have people in here that haven't bought into the program, and you will be removed. We do have, I mean, I get requests every day just in Studio Social. I kicked out a bunch of people that were not part of it. So just keep that in mind.
So Nicole said that it invited her to the content creator one, but
Mhm.
she didn't sign up for that one yet.
Yeah.
And can you just put a note, send me an updated list of all of the emails that
hmm
are, I'm sure, purchased since the last time I got an update?
hmm Yeah, it's so frustrating. And then it's like, I just want to go, well, I just want to delete all the Facebook groups, but you can't delete a Facebook group. You have to manually remove member by member by member, then remove yourself to delete a Facebook group. So it's fine if you only have 10 people, but then when you have 200 people, you're like, what's worse? I don't even know what's worse. I don't know why. I must have been asleep when it said invite the whole world. So unfortunately, that's
I think it's like a default because
well,
it happened with one of mine too, and I didn't click anything. Kim wants to know if there's an affiliate for Lux Little. I
Um,
don't think there's one currently.
mm-mm, mm-mm. And we just built Lux Little in the social studio, even though Lux Little is still there. No, no, there's not.
So the affiliate programs are just the programs that are new. The My Studio Books, the Content Creator, the Social Studio, the newborn one that's coming, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Eventually, I'm sure we'll add it to everything, but adding affiliate is not as easy as you think because all the affiliate programs out there suck. I mean, I'm literally 2 seconds away from building my own affiliate program. That's how frustrating it is. I was paying like $100 a month for an affiliate program. And then everyone kept using it themselves to shop and buy their own stuff because it was for shopping a brand. It was for workshops, and half of the affiliates were just using it to buy their own stuff and get a triple discount. And it was just a nightmare. And so I had to pause it. The only affiliate program that I even like right now, as I said, is the Stand Store because it pays out directly. My frustration with the Stand Store is you can't do flat discounts. So you have to put a discount on every single product. So it's a nightmare. So most likely, I don't know, when all is said and done, and I'm happy with everything I've built, I will most likely build my own affiliate program. But that's a ways down. And if I can do that, then I would do it over anything I sell. But that's kind of probably a 2027 thing, but we're already halfway in 2026 at this point, so who knows? All right, so I'm going to get it out of my studio books. If you have any other questions, you can post just in the photographer's Facebook group or you can send an email. There's a ton of people that are already a part of it and they do get a $75 credit if they refer you. And so you can reach out to people that already own it. Like I was trying to tell someone the other day, whenever I post about it, you can say, hey, I love it and use it. If anyone has any questions, reach out to me. And if they sign up because of you, you will get the credit for it. So, like, I posted this and, Christina wrote this, but it's like, um, if you're part of it, I don't know why the fave icon is doing that. I'll have to change the fave icon. Um, you can simply say, I'm a part of it. I love it. If you have any questions, DM me and you can help someone sign up and you can get that $75 credit. I don't care if you piggyback off of my posts. It doesn't matter to me. All right. So let's go back. Let's go to Studio Social and I could show you some of the things that I'm building. Gosh, I have a million things up right now. I think I closed my page that I made a page of my links. Hold on, let me just pause my screen share for a second so I can find where I'm at. Because otherwise, what did I call it? Called it something. Hold on. Oh, I know what I called it.
I was like, can you just go to your
Yes,
recent?
yes, that's what I did. Oh my gosh, I was like, okay. All right, here we go. So just move this little guy. So let's talk about the Studio Social System. Okay. So here is the Studio Social System. And then let me open up the direct link to it. Okay. So the Studio Social System, again, you cannot buy it directly from here. You would have to go if I think there's a thing that says if you want to sign up, then it brings you back to the Anna Brandt education page. It does. So this one right now, it's on sale for the $99 lifetime. And once you see what it does, you're going to see that it's ridiculously worth it.
It's
Um,
it's worth way more.
yes, really is. So the 99 will be the 299 tomorrow. Okay, so if you come here, you can see that it says 299. Um, Let me bring it back. So tomorrow, this will be the 299 fee. Okay, it will be this. Right now, it's 99 for life. Okay. It is, when I started this, I'm just laughing at how far this has come. We call these studios. And when I started this a couple of weeks ago, it was meant to do posts, stories, and reels. That's it. We had this one and this one. That's it. And now we have all of these. And I'm adding the box method right now. So if you do the baby in a box, for example, you can go here and kind of make it in the box. This is already built. I haven't deployed it yet. But I'm adding what? Oh, I'm adding a way to get the feet hanging over. Okay. But these were super popular last year, but I just could not stand making them. I just couldn't stand it. And so now, once I finish with this, should be finished today, it'll be so much easier. Isn't that 10 times prettier than having to do it yourself? I think
I
so.
love the straighten toggle.
Right? Yes. And of course, you'll be able to change the backgrounds, different colors, and things like that. And the cell gap. I mean, I've kind of put a bunch of things in here because I love this, and I actually have a lot of clients requesting this. And I took it off my minis because I couldn't handle doing them anymore. I just was like, I'm gonna shoot myself, hey, doing these. But now this was the epiphany that came while I was working out. I was like, oh my God. So now I can put these back. And of course, different configurations, and I'll add more. Seasonal, we'll add more colors, probably green, we'll probably put in a color picker in here. But isn't that exciting? I'm super excited about that. But anyway, so let me show you if you're not a member of Studio Social. I really think that this is a program everybody should do. We are going to put back the monthly. The monthly option when we introduced it was $10 a month, and then we raised it to $25 a month. So the monthly will come back tomorrow. So it'll be $2.99 lifetime or $25 monthly. Understand that you will pay more if you do monthly over a lifetime. That's just, we know this, right? So look at all of the different options that are here now. And I don't have time to go into every single one because there's just so much you can do in here. But I don't even go into Canva anymore. So much so that I built my model calls in here because I was using Canva for it. And I was just like, no, I don't want to use Canva anymore. So now I can put my own model call graphics in. And a lot of it is just drag and drop. You just drag an image in. Um, and this whole system is based on just drag and drop. So I'll just here and anything I think of, we make. It's just that simple. And I dream about this program every day. I'm like, what else can I put in here? Because I just want to make my life as simple as possible. Why isn't that one going in? And so the idea is this whole program should be drag and drop. And then you download, and it's literally just that simple. Obviously, you can change information. So I can say, um, oh, the text. There we go. So you can just change anything in here. You can put the date, you know, a maternity, a cake smash, a sitter, branding, senior, anything. It's all applicable. You can make the text bigger and smaller. And that's just the model call. So then we go back here.
Is there a megabyte limit for images that you're pulling into any of these posts or
Yes, but it's very large, so you shouldn't have any problem. I'm pulling in very large files. All programs have limits, but I have not had any issues so far, so you should not. If you do, let me know.
so if someone doesn't remember what they purchased and blah blah blah, they should email staff@annabrandt.com, correct?
Yes, and all you really have to do, I was going to say just, well, it depends how you paid, PayPal or credit card, because the links do take PayPal, Venmo, credit cards. I was going to say log into your PayPal or your credit card. But if you're really just unsure, just email us. And yeah, I
And
do.
can you upgrade if you didn't buy the lifetime and want to do lifetime now?
Yep. I've had a bunch of people that only spent $75 on the annual for the CRM and they upgraded to the 300. And same with Social Studio. I've had people upgrade for both. And I just tell them just do the upgrade before the price changes or do the upgrade before the lifetime ends. But yes, you can.
Now, once you change the text, are
Mhm.
you able to save it for future use instead of changing it each time?
For model calls,
Wanda, if you are here, you can. She said yes.
I mean, I can put a save option on here because, well, here, there is a save. I was like, didn't we add save? We did add save. So there's a save here. But I don't know if that save's going to work. I have save in other areas, so I can check it. I don't see any reason why because I have added it into other areas. But it should also kind of this restored my last session, so you can start fresh, or you should be able to restore the last thing. But I can just do a check on it. It's important to know with Studio Social that there is branding. So you can set up your brand kit right up here in the beginning. You can have multiple brand kits. So if you do sports or weddings or seniors, you can upload your logo. I was working on summer camp stuff, so I loaded here your brand colors, save your brand kit, put in your hashtags. For those of you who do ads, there's ads in here, newborn maternity, family, cake smash. You can search copy. There's image ads in here. We're going to be adding more templates in here as well. There'll be a whole kind of graphic template in there. You can just put your information in here and it'll save. You go back to all studios. My favorite is mini books because every client we have gets mini books. And I hated doing the Photoshop templates. They were driving me absolutely insane. This has the standard print guidelines. So this should work for really whatever lab you're doing because there is a set bleed that all print labs use. We've incorporated that in here. So you should not have any problems. I've already used this on client orders and I've already mailed them to clients for their mini books. So I've already tested this and it works wonderfully. And I already have the mini books and I love it because it takes literally less than a minute to create these for a client. So you can change all of the colors, you can make it full bleed, or you can change the opening of the border. You can change the opening size of the image. You can show your trims and guidelines. That's very important because if you're changing the opening size or the frame width, things like that, or full bleed, you want to make sure that you know what the trim is. Like everything, all you do is click, add a photo. You can move things around. You can size. It's all very WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG is what you see is what you get. It's a term we used to use when I was coding years ago. It's kind of that same philosophy. You should be able to do all of this. It's your front cover, your back cover, your inside, and there you go. So then once you're done with each one, you just download them and send them to print, download for Millers, but really it works for any lab. And I don't know if you noticed there was a save thing that was popping up. It's saving while you're working. Okay. So if we go to announcements, we're going to be loading holiday cards very soon. Right now, these are birth announcements. You can put in the stats. You can change anything, the saying, the color, the print. You can do these digitally or you can set them to print. We have a bunch of designs up here. I also have, whoops, where did I go? I also have, oh gosh, maybe 200 different holiday cards that we're going to be loading in here as well for the holiday season. Again, digitally or print. My favorite is wall guides. I'm also doing a major update to these as well because I have a ton of wall guides that I still need to enter. These are fantastic for social. Again, all you do is just click, move, drag, whatever, and then print, download them, and they're great for social media. Or what you can do is if you're doing a client guide, then what you could do is download these and just put these in your client guide. Put them in your prep guide, put them on your website, put them on social media. Whenever I don't feel like making a post, I do a wall guide. I just love them. Um, Magazine clients love stuff like this. We have all different types of magazines. I have to be careful when doing this because there are rules. I can't use like Vogue or Glamour, things like that. It's super important that, we have to keep it so that we're not getting in trouble by anybody. But it's just fun again for social media. Clients love this kind of stuff. They are in love with their baby and anything that you can do. You can reshuffle your articles, you can move them around, you can change them. Steps to soothe your baby. You can even download this and make a magazine. You could actually do a magazine if you really wanted to. Carousels, also another favorite. You
Can I
could,
go back to the mini books for one quick second?
Mhm.
Is there a way to make mini book calendars?
I mean, we can do calendars, but mini books are like they're so small. You want to put a calendar in here?
Somebody
You
else, oh,
could.
Nicole just said calendars would be so fun. Made calendar for my husband, had inspiration quote and picture for each month and printed it for his desk. But I think the mini books are only so many pages, so that would not work for this type.
Well, the mini books are 12 images, and so then the month of January would have to be on the cover.
And
So
then she,
whoever's saying that she did the calendar, did she do it as a mini book or did she do it as an actual calendar? Because I can make a calendar module.
Nicole, can you unmute yourself? Because she also asked, and there is no direct buy from Miller's or White
No,
House,
no,
correct?
no.
We would need to save, go out, and order.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's a whole other build.
She said,
Um,
nope, just each page.
but did she print it in a mini book?
No,
Where did she print it?
because Nicole, there's only a certain amount of pages and cover in the mini book.
Well, there's only 12, and that would mean the cover would have to be January.
I created each page, printed them individually.
I know, but what was the end result? Was it an 8.5 by 11, an 8 by 10? Was it a piece of paper? Was it
Sorry, my kids were super loud. I could not come off of mute. No, so this was not part of mini books. This was I literally just created each page, and input my own inspirational quote and a picture of my husband or my girls, and then printed each page individually, and then put them together and then put that like sticky glue on top of it so he could tear off each
so
one each
what
month.
size was that?
Oh, I want to say that I ended up doing like a 4 by 6, something like that. Or it was either it was either a square or like a 4 by 6. It was around, it was something small that he could put on his desk.
Okay. So I'll just add a calendar module. I would not do it for mini books because mini books is 12 and that makes no sense. But I just wrote in my notes that I'll just make a calendar module and you can add a quote, a photo, and a calendar. And I'll make it from 4 by 4 to 11 by 14. So if you want to do it on the wall, if you want to spiral bound it, if you want to upload it to Zazzle or make your own notepad with the glue in the end, you can do that. So I'll add that. That's easy. I can have that done by tomorrow.
So Rachel was the original one who posted it. She used to give them out to her clients, and each page for mine was a calendar on each page, but they were 2.5 by 3.5 size. Not sure who she printed. Um, so the module, the studio calendar studio will work for her too,
Yeah,
because
I
then she
can
can
make
print
it
it
as
wherever.
small as wallet size. I just feel like who can see that? But I'll put a bunch of sizes in there and then you guys can just like everything else. The structure of Studio Social System and you can change the sizing of the wording. You can input, we load it with kind of pre-built quotes because I already had a nice little file of quotes that I've used for the past 20 years for books because we have a books module in here. Um, so anytime I add anything, it should be able to customize it any way you want. I was using, what was I using for my books? Mm,
And
I-
then when you have a second, I have a holding the little book up if you wanted to see it.
oh yeah, hold on one second. I wanted to, what was I using to do my books? Oh my gosh. What do I use to do my books?
Album stomp?
Yes, thank you. I was using Album Stomp for my books, but it's like one more thing you have to pay for. It's stupid. So I built it in here. This is a baby book template that I had designed in Photoshop 100 years ago. I put that in here, and then here's client book. What's great about this is you can change your images and then all you do is drop them in. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this. You can change the border thickness, you can change the background, the corner radius, you can make them round, you can make them straight, you can change the height, you can cross over. I mean, you can literally create a book in 5 minutes. This competes with any book program out there. I think I've done a pretty good job. I have been doing books my entire career, probably over 25 years. So I'm pretty anal about the whole book thing. I loaded all my personal quotes. This is not ChatGPT. These are quotes that I had in a Word document literally from 20 years ago. So I love the books one is like my favorite. Okay, let me go back and look. Let me see it. Was it Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh, cute. Let me see the inside.
I'm thinking I might have ordered these from Impix when they did the pro version.
Okay, so that's easy to do, but where are you getting
Sure.
the 12 months from if there's only,
Because it's double-sided as well.
I know, but that's only 10, unless it's on the front and
No, it
back.
has six. So the last one that's on the back
Okay, so that's
is the
six.
sixth one.
Mm.
And then the cover, I just did a little, oh, whoops, there. I did a little picture. So when you first open it, it starts on
So you have,
January.
so let me see, open it again. You have six across, unlike
Yes, I have
this
six
one.
across.
Oh, that's why, because here's the thing, Miller's is six across on one side, but on the back it's only four.
Oh, okay.
So I just need to go back in and look the labs if there's a six and a six.
Yeah, this is a few years back, so maybe I don't know if they don't make them, but it had like a little frosted cover that it slips in. It was really cool. Clients used to love them.
So I just need to, I can make it. I just need to make sure that the labs are printing them.
So
Okay.
Natalie said she has an inside cover image, which you can do with Miller's. So does that count as one of them?
Well, this is Miller's, and Miller's has, you've got your front and your back, and this is six on one. And then on the back, it's only four with the covers to make it six. So I'm saying is if I'm doing a calendar, I wouldn't want the actual calendar on the front and the back cover. But if she's saying there's six and six, not including a cover, then I would love to know what vendor. I can build anything. It's just I want to make sure that there's a vendor to support it.
Let me check on Impix while you're doing the webinar and I'll see if I can find it because it was a while back.
Okay. I did for my Santa people, I did wall calendars. So that's obviously easy because anyone can print those. And what Christine was talking about, there's goo. We used to make our own notepads where, you print everything out and then you buy the glue and then you clamp it down and then the next day you have a notepad. So that's so easy to do if you wanted to make your own pads. We every once in a while when I run out of note paper, I make Alex make me a pad because we bought the glue and the brush years ago, and so we love to make our own pads. Okay, so if you're not used to coming in here, there's just so much you could do. You could literally play in here all day and not use everything. There's announcements, book studio, we've done carousels, client guides in here. I actually uploaded my own guide. So, oh, look at that. Oh, I'm glad I just saw that. Hold on. Anna's guide, Anna's guide link. Many of you already have my guide, but I put my sample up there, but now I need to know why it's not showing. But it's just like everything. You just put your image in and you can save it as a PDF. It could be classic, editorial, clean, and then you just go down and there's a template in here for you already. All you have to do is just click on it and start changing it. So you don't have to do this in Canva anymore. When I first started doing this, we were doing them in Pages, no, first Word document, then Pages, then Photoshop, then Canva. And now I just uploaded literally my own guide. And all you have to do is put in your information and start typing and change it. You can download as a PDF. You can send it to a lab to print it. You can, whatever you want to do. Client prep guide is super, super important. So that's,
Now, for client prep guides or welcome guides, will
Mhm.
there be more like family and seniors?
Mhm. Yeah, we'll definitely add more. I probably have it on my list already, but I'll write myself a note. Keep in mind that even though Studio Social is a living, breathing, working program, we have people using it every day. I I mean, if you started from the beginning, every time you'd open it up, there'd be a new build. And we're at, gosh, almost 25 builds now, just to give you an idea. So this one I'm working on. I'll explain what this is. I'm not happy with it, so I'm still working on it. But I add builds all the time. The minute I think of something, I try to add a build. Mood board was something I created when I wanted to do something for a client and show like the colors and things like that. So you could upload images, set your palette, especially when they're trying to figure out what to wear for the beaches or location. That's where mood boards comes in. Other things that I love. So you've got Motion Studio, Reel Studio, and Slideshow. These are, I don't know which I love more. Slideshow is definitely a favorite right now. And so if we come in here, I'll go to a gallery that I just delivered yesterday. Mm, and just sell. And you can decide whether you want an overall caption for the whole slideshow or just words on a specific photo. You can just move things around, move things where you want. You can remove images if you feel like there's duplicate images. Um, you can do all sorts of things. You can even upload your own music. You can change the fonts. And then come down here, the colors. Do you want it real, story, feed, square? Do you want auto mix? Do you want 2 seconds, 5 seconds? Do you want sparkles in here? I think I'm going to add snow. Oh, that was another thing is I'm going to add snow for Christmas. You can put a logo watermark. You can do preview slideshow, and it's going to take a second to build it. Can create video.
So while you're doing that, Rachel said that MPix makes the accordion mini books,
Mhm.
holds 12 pictures in size 2.5 by 3.5 or 3 by 3.
Yeah, I've ordered from MPix, but it's like this. Does it give you like a full 6 on each side? Because all the labs do the same thing, but her book is different than my book. You know what I'm saying? So if we download this video, here it is. Here's my little twinkles. And then I can just upload it as a reel and add music and we're done. Obviously, you don't need the twinkles. That's good for Christmas, but maybe not on a slideshow. But it took seconds to do this. I love the slideshows. They're so much fun for Heather. Why is Heather in here? Oh, I was looking at one of your screenshots out there. So that's what slideshows are for. And then if you go to motion, motion is just something when, again, a lot of this is like people tell me, I don't know what to post on social. And it's like you can literally come in here and just like, look how easy this is. It's like seconds. Post this, add a little music, post it in your story. You can just say baby Jasmine and you can zoom in. You could do whatever you want. You could pan across, create video, and there it is. And so to me, if you really want to move the algorithm, you want to get more views, you should be posting 3 to 5 times a day. It's just that simple. Posting once a day is not going to get you anywhere. And so every time I tell people this, they're like, well, I don't know what to post. But all these things that I'm showing you are super simple to do. And now we included reels. And I was not planning on doing reels, but I was like, okay, why not do it? And so, same thing, you can add font, you can add the size, you can drop in a video clip. It'll take me too long to find a video clip, but it's the same. It's the same concept. Um, Stories and reels, you just come in here. We made reel covers because I'm a big fan of reel covers. You can turn the guides on or off. And reel covers do make a difference when you're posting. I'm always telling people add reel covers. I'm going to go back and add reel covers for these two things, but usually I'll kind of go back and add a reel cover. So this is a reel cover, it's just something that, well, that's actually a carousel, but a reel cover just looks so much better than just posting, like if you're doing a behind the scenes video. So like this was kids camp. So I did the video and then I went through and made a reel cover. So we have kids camp coming up next week. So now we have 3 segments of kids camp. We've already done one. So that's what real covers are for. That looks way better there than just like this. Like that looks ugly, but I'll go back and put a real cover on that because you can edit and then just upload your real cover. Okay. And of course, we have the zones for your story, your guidelines. Is there anything else I haven't shown in here? I could show you. This is one of the things I'm working on. So I built Number Studio, so you can add images in here for when children are like turning 1 or whatever to whatever. You can add things in here. And so this I like, it works really well. We have different formats, different guidelines. You can print it. They could put it at the birthday party. But then I was trying to work on Niche Studio. I may end up removing this, but basically you can put a child in here. So you can come here, but I'm just not loving it. I even installed like an AI. I don't know. I'm just not loving it. So we'll see. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it or not. The build took me way too long, way too many hours. So we'll see. Overlay is something new and this I'm going to add snow. I'll just write myself a note. I'll add a snow in low overlay and I'll add it in the reels, the motion and the slideshow because if you're doing tree farm or you're doing snow inside, um, then it would look really well, it would work really well. If we come down here and let me just throw a child in here. Let's just do that. And then let's say I do the overlay and then we change the opacity. Let's change the size here. And it's just a pretty overlay. You can export that and see how it looks. So this is also something that I'm going to add. Oh, no, it wants to save it. That I'm going to add more to as well. This is pretty new. I think I've covered all of them. And then, as I said, I'm working on the box method. Hope to have this fine-tuned, hopefully by tomorrow. But I love it. I already know I'm going to keep it. I already know once I'm done with it, I'm really going to like it. Okay, any other questions about Studio Social? Just a reminder, it is $99 for life right now. It will go to $299 tomorrow. All you do is go to the new programs. You scroll all the way to the bottom. Right now, this is the only place you can sign up for things. Get your access. You can pick what you're buying. I do send an email with an activation email. Some of the codes had expired, so I just reactivated them. If you don't have an email for activation within, I'd say within the hour, let me know, unless it's the middle of the night, because I do send them out. I'm going to go into the Market Studio. Right now, I'm working on mock-ups right now.
Like,
Yeah.
in carousels, is
Hmm.
there a way to use our brand colors? Working on one with Safari on a Mac and don't see brand colors or ability to enter a hex code. But if she set up her brand kit, wouldn't it automatically be in there?
Yeah. Did she set up her brand kit?
Carrie, can you come on? Yes, she said.
Yes, I did. I think I've had to redo it over the different builds, but I had just done it earlier and was created something else, and I just went in to try to work on a carousel kind of while I was listening. But I don't see the brand colors in there, and I don't see the ability to enter a hex code. I can like pick from a color picker. So I just was while we were on here, I thought I'd ask.
Okay. So I'll go in and look why the brand kit is not applying to carousels.
I mean, I could try to go to Chrome and see if that works any better, but my primary is usually Safari, so.
Yeah, maybe it just wasn't added in. Okay, so I'll go back.
It shows the brand kit at the top, but then when I go into into a slide, there are all my Carrie Kinsey photography is just coming in as the default,
Okay.
the auto color.
Okay.
And when I click custom, it just brings up like a grid of colors.
Mm. Okay.
So anyway, if you can help with that or tell me what I need to do differently.
Yep, I will. Okay, any other questions about Social Studio?
Yes, I would be lovely to do the hex code too. The colors are a little off by just picking colors. I'm also on Safari. Uh, you have to set up your brand kit. That's where you put in the hex codes. See
Mhm.
right there?
Okay.
But she said she can't add a hex code. Why not? Only pick the color like Carrie said. In your brand kit or in some studio specifically? In brand kit. Well, no, because if you look, Anna's in the brand kit and she's changing it. Are you sure you're on the correct build? Did you clear your cache? Did you do all the things? Are you in a private browser? Can you try in a private browser?
Because it definitely works. Okay. Any other questions? Keep in mind, if you've owned the Social Studio, we do have a matching Facebook group. So jump in the group, post any questions you have in there, any issues. That's the best place to do it rather than email. I was getting so many emails. Please don't email me if there's an issue. I get 5,000 emails a day. I have enough problem going through the emails that I do have. And then there are all the emails that I never get that people say they sent that are on Neverland and vice versa. So if you have a problem with a particular program, the related Facebook group is where you need to go, especially as we get more into the fall and I pull back. Once I'm done building and coding, I'll have someone else kind of look at the queries and things like that as I get into the crazy busy season. So putting them into the related Facebook page is super important. If you've bought any program and you can't get into the Facebook page, then you can send an email, staff@annabrandt.com, and just say, I don't have access to this. Or if you purchased any program and you did not get an activation page and you're missing access, then of course, email me directly. Spam is a huge issue. It's a huge issue on the receiving and the sending. We have this issue with clients. We have this issue every single day. So, people assume that I've gotten every email and I assume that everyone's getting my email. And we just know for a fact that that's not the case. So If you send an email and you don't get a response, just follow up again because my annabrandt.com is blocked from many, many, many people. So that's why I switched to im43 at Gmail. That seems to get through. Some emails get through, some emails don't. So that's why I try to switch between different emails. The problem with annabrandt.com is we have like 40,000 people on our list. There's just too many emails bouncing back, and there are server limits. And so I literally get messages every day. So and so has blocked this account. It's not you personally, it's just the network, and there's just nothing we can do about it. It is a huge issue, not just for me and you, but believe it or not, around the world in every different situation. I Someone who owns a completely different business was saying they were having the same problem as well. So it's not just in our world. It is a known fact. Why we get all of the stupid emails we do and not the important ones, I don't know. Okay, so Social Studio, we got it. Any other questions?
No, but Rachel sent an email earlier for access to market.
Okay, and she had bought it and doesn't have.
Oh, have you thought of building a website builder?
So here's the thing about websites. Number one, there are a million website builders already out there. And if you go to Squarespace, they have website builders, and there are companies that this is all they do. So I'm not building a website builder. However, I do build people's websites. So as we speak, Diane Custer and Roxanne are two websites that I've been building. And I've changed it, and Heather is as well. Heather's the third one on that. They've paid, I did a $500 website promo, I think a couple of months ago, where I would build your website for $500. It was an amazing offer. And so uh there are other people that have bought it that aren't in the build yet. So if you've bought it and I didn't mention your name, it's just because you're not being deployed tomorrow. So Diane's and Roxanne's are being deployed hopefully tomorrow. But here's the thing is I was building it and I changed it 50,000 times. And then I decided how to really build it well would be mostly code driven. Okay. The problem with that is when I hand it back off to them, they won't know how to change simple things like graphics because of the way I built it. So then I changed how I was building it to not do it, and I didn't like the results. And Roxanne's is so pretty. I wonder if I have it here. I can stop share and show you real quick. So then I had an epiphany that I was going to build a client portal so that all they have to do is go into their portal and say I want to change my about photo. All they have to do is go into their portal, upload an image, and it'll automatically change. Very cool, right? So I'm trying to find it. So it's trying. I'm not showing my screen, right, Heather?
No, you're not.
Okay, I'll show you in a second. Hold on. Where am I? Okay. So I'll show you I'll just show you her front thing because we're having a call tomorrow, her and I. So I've built a client portal so that all she has to do is quickly change things, and it's going to be super amazing, and I think she's really going to love it. With that being said, I don't believe that I am going to build that program. It will only make sense if I do it the way I'm doing it, where I'm personally building someone's website and then I can build them a client portal to make it super easy to change. Because the reason is there are a lot of other amazing programs out there that already do it, and I don't feel like building something that already exists. So I'll show you real quick what her homepage looks like. So her website gets Roxanne. Oh, photos by M. Photography. Oh my gosh, if I could spell. There she is. So this is her existing website now, and she's been super gracious and super patient while I've rebuilding her site. So this is what it looks like now. And this is what it's going to look like. Look how beautiful this is. Isn't that pretty? Not fun. So, she will have a client portal that will be much easier to change her images. I think it's exciting. That answer your question? It's pretty, huh? I know, I like it. Heather's, you're gonna like yours too. So if anyone is interested in that $500 website offer, I'm happy to entertain a few more people. Understand that we do build websites that are anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000, and people have paid quite a bit of money. So this is just a basic rebuild. We actually have a whole website on website redesign. So if you want something more involved, it will be more money than that. But if you want a redesign with a client portal, I'm happy to offer that. Just email me directly. So with that being said, I do not plan on building. No, there's just too many companies out there that do that. I don't need to do that. Okay, so let's go on to the market social because that is another one that I want to go over real quick. And we're already at 2:30. We're already an hour and a half in. So I will try to go through these quickly. Let me turn on my computer. Turn on my computer. Turn on my share.
Green. I was gonna say something. I was waiting.
I did have coffee today. Okay, so Market Social, if you go to the Market Social system, this was because my daughter asked for it. My daughter sells in markets and makes her own clothing. And when I showed her Studio Social, she was like, "Oh my God, Mom, when did you build this? How did you build this? I need this for my clothing." And I was like, "Well, this is for photographers. It's not for people who sell product." And she said, "Can you build something?" So I said, "Sure." So that's where the market social system began. And the idea is same thing. When I first launched it, it was just posts and stories and reels. Now I have ad, collage, mood board, motion, carousels, and I'm adding way more. I already went from 2 studios to 7. And as we go along, more and more, we'll add more, just like everything else. Right now, what I'm working on is mock-ups. These are the mock-ups I'm building. It's a little tricky because you see how that's off. So I have to map where it's going to go. So mock-ups are not as easy as you may think. And then I know what people are going to say, can't we have mock-ups for Studio Social? I'll probably throw maybe a few mock-ups in there. We already have wall mock-ups. But I don't think I'm going to put product mock-ups in there. Maybe I might do it for photography product mock-ups, but it also depends on what lab you use, and it's a little bit different. It's just product mock-ups for photography is not as universal as standard mock-ups. Like if you go to Zazzle or if you go, to any print house, there's much more defined standards, whereas albums really vary between Miller's and Zeno and all of the companies that are out there. They've got their leather, they've got their suede, they've got and the more money they charge, the more proprietary they charge. But a commercial mock-up when you go to Zazzle or Minted or any other commercial program, the mock-ups are more standard and more universal. Mugs are mugs, tablets are tablets, t-shirts are t-shirts, notebooks are notebooks. Yes, they vary, but it's easier to do mock-ups. So I am building mock-ups for the market social system. It'll only go in there. But the idea is it's for products. So it's the same thing. You can come in here, and I did change it by business type. So purses, ceramics, cards and stationery, wreaths and florals. There's tons of different products in here. I kind of went off of kind of the Etsy list, if you will, and then just kind of did a little due diligence on different types of products and things. So there's digitals. Um, there's life coach, mindset coach, relationship coach, there's ebook, content creator, all of this, virtual assistant, party planner. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Resin, soap. I think I even put stickers and magnets in here. And then what you do is you've got little templates and you just drop your products in here, just like anything else. You can do collage. It's just the marketing messages are different. So they're different than the photography. So if you come down here, one of a kind, new pieces in the shop, meant to be layered, small details. And again, you can change everything in here. Portrait square. So it's just to make marketing your products easier. Your stories are in here. Your ads are in here, motion, all of it, but it's just geared towards products. And you have to understand that it's going to be different marketing messages. So it is important to keep it separate. We have a brand kit in there. And if you're not selling a product, don't get it. But if you're selling anything outside of photography, like maybe you teach workshops, maybe you sell soap, maybe your kid. A lot of people have come to me with their kids, like, oh, my kid's making magnets now, my kid's making stickers now. Um, we haven't even begun really marketing this program to the real world. This is, we will definitely do some serious campaigns on this, because I'm part of many, many, many retail Facebook groups. And I think this will be bigger than Social Studio, in my opinion. I know it will be, just because of the audience is 10 times bigger than photographers. Um, but I still have so much more that I want to add to it. So as I add more things to it, as I use it, as I have my daughter test it, we'll be marketing more and more. The price will change as everything. This one will probably have a very significant change as we go along, just because the market is so huge on it right now. But right now it is $99. There will be a monthly. I'm guessing it'll be, I don't know. I think it was $10 a month, but it'll probably go to $20 a month. But that it's just for product. Okay. Any questions? There is a related Facebook group as well for this. And if you've signed up for it, I do see some emails of people that have signed up for Market and haven't gotten the activation page. So I will be happy to resend that to you. Again, you have to activate it. But again, the DNS will change sometime in the next day with the pricing. Once I change the DNS, the pricing changes and it'll be straight login. We won't have to deal with the Squarespace mess anymore. These are all backend database driven. So once I change everything, then the price changes. So just pay attention if products are something you sell. If there's no questions, I'm going to move on to Content Creator Dream Studio and then finish up with Virtual Studio. We're good?
Hmm?
Okay. All right, so let me show you. Okay, Content Dream Studio. This one was something that I originally was kind of creating for me. This is another one. I was creating all of these for me. This one I wasn't going to sell. Content creation is a $480 billion market, you guys, and you may not realize how big it is, but it is bigger than big. There are a lot of people making six figures sitting at home in their pajamas. Every time you see a content creator selling anything, whether it's a $17 PDF, a $10 checklist, anything, that is a content creator. They are creating content to sell. I have been creating content my entire career. Before I was a photographer, when I used to own handcolor.com, I created content. And so a lot of people right now have been selling you the course on how to do it. To me, you don't need another course, even though I did build in here that I was doing a 7-day free course that I put on hold because we were trying to get everybody in these programs. And so I did write a 7-day course on how to sell your own content, that is included in CC Dream Studio. It is not open yet because I'm trying to wait till I kind of close these programs and put the real pricing up when I start the course. So sometime this week it will start. Okay. So let's talk about what it is you can do. This is the inside of it. Post, real cover story, TikTok carousel, face list. All kinds of different topics, business, motivation, social media, etc. Now, it could be simply something as quotes. Okay. There are a ton of people that have quote pages. We see quotes every single day on our social media, every single day. And a lot of people just kind of use the same quotes that someone else has. But a lot of it people will just go to Claude to do or go to GPT to do, but there's so many different things that you can do. I love to kind of use my AI images for things like this. So if I go to my little Laura here, not my cake, let's see. Okay, so let's just say there. So like I could take this and post this on my regular Instagram, and people would probably share it. They would share it to the story. How many times have you seen quotes that people have put that you go, "Ooh, I love that. I want to share that." You know, you can print these as stickers. You could print them as posters on your wall. You could sell these. You could create content for other people. There's people that like to do faceless channels. So a faceless channel just means that you're not looking in the camera. So these are all my AI images. So let's just say I pick an image where I'm not looking at the camera. Okay, so like, oh, there's my bathing suit. That's my sexy one. She hasn't been put to work. One day I'll put her to work. Let's see if I can show you. I have so many. There's another sexy one. I had one where I wasn't looking at the camera. Okay, so there we go. I'll just say I'm not looking at the camera. So it's like that well, I am looking at the camera kind of. Faceless just means you're not looking at the camera. Okay, so there, I'm not looking at the camera. Well, you can kind of see me. But anyway, the idea is that people love quotes. They love when you post information. And it doesn't even have to be an image of you. It can be an image of anything. You could have a channel on, I don't know, florals or something. If you go or hanging your work, there's tons of different things that people do. We can say, hang the images, your house will thank you. You could put in anything that you want. Oh, that's different. I was generating a caption, whatever. You can put in anything you want. Okay. So this is just creating content, but this isn't even the best part of the program. Let's go into AI Studio. AI Studio is ideas, right, or product. And this is gold. This is worth everything. I've been getting on Heather about things she's going to be doing and my trainers and things like that. So let's just say you want to create something. And again, you can go into ChatGPT, you can do Claude, you could do this. But what happens is after a while, things get bogged down. You end up paying more. And a lot of this, I've kind of put my brain into this, which is your advantage. So you can just generate content ideas like, I want to sell something, I want to make money, I want to have a side hustle, but I don't know what I want to do. So we can just say, I am a newborn photographer and I want ideas to sell things to my clients about learning how to raise I don't know, a toddler in a digital world. I don't know. And generate content ideas. So then it's going to come back with possible ideas based off of anything you say. You don't even need to put that much information in there. You can just say, I need ideas of things to sell. And so the first photo you post your child online follows them forever. Here's what I wish every parent knew before hitting share. Your baby just turned 3, already knows how to unlock your phone better than your grandma. Here's how to set boundaries now before it's too late. That's a good one because right now, especially with Toy Story coming, that Toy Story just came out, there's a lot of conversation about children and just using technology. So it's like, ooh, that's a good one. So, and again, you can do this a lot of times when I'm telling people this, they'll go, well, Anna, I don't want to sell anything extra. I don't want a side hustle. That's fine. But maybe you want more audience just on your regular Instagram page. Things like this, these hooks, these little ideas. People love things like this. They share it. You could put it in a carousel, and then more people will be like, gosh, where did you hear about this? Oh, my newborn photographer. Or you can sell it. So let's just say, oh gosh, I really like that. I'm going to take it. I'm going to come over here to product, and I'm going to say, what do I want to create or sell? And I'm going to put it in here and I'm going to say, this is my hook. Let's create a guide on boundaries for children under 5. Okay. And I'm going to come in here and just go here. And what do I want to do? A checklist, a prompt, a 30-day content. What do I want to do? maybe I'll just say a checklist. You can put in your brands. Am I going to do this under Anna Brandt? Or maybe I put this under Anna Brandt Education, but I also teach summer camp. So then I'm thinking, I can start, if I really want to market summer camp more, I can create a whole book for my summer camp on, okay, your kid just went to summer camp, how to foster that inner photographer child that you have. Or if you homeschool, the other day my client was saying she's homeschooling. If you garden, whatever, whatever. Okay, call to action. I don't know, get $10 off my online course for homeschooling toddlers. I don't know. Could be anything. Upload your logo, upload any photos that you want to put in your guide, and you're going to generate product. Okay. You're going to give it a minute. You're going to go get some coffee, and it's going to come back and it's going to give you an actual product. Now you can change it, you can modify it, but you keep going in here. You can set up an entire social media page. I can have you set up an entire business. And so that's one of the things I'm going to do with the 7-day course is with the 7-day course that's included in this, I'm going to teach you from nothing but a blank piece of paper to an actual finished product because I believe that anybody can do this. And I know people making six figures on the side, very, 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 very well, six figures, just creating content that anybody can create. And you're going to say, well, can anyone do this in chat? Can anyone do this in cloud? You can, but understand that I'm building this in a way of how I do things. So you kind of have part of my brain in here. But also, so many people just say, this is how you build a course, but they don't really give you kind of all the ways to do it. This will literally create content for you. And it doesn't have to be photography, it can be anything. As an experiment on my own, I'm working on some faceless channels that don't have my name, don't have my image, that I can monetize. And I'm super excited to do it. So you can see that here I can go ahead and modify any content that's in here. It's created all of it. And I can just hit download PDF. And if I do that, here's my new guide. Tiny Humans, Big Limits, the no-nonsense boundary blueprint for parents of under fives before bad habits hardwire their brain. Know what you're actually setting boundaries around. The 3-year-old brain cheat sheet. Set it so they actually get it. Hold the line without losing your mind. Screen time and tech boundaries that actually stick. Build a boundary-friendly home routine, etc. So here's an entire guide that I did in less than a minute, you guys. I can go and modify it. I can upload images. I can put this, add a hook, add ManyChat to it, put it on my Instagram and sell a $5 guide, put it in my stand store like this. Imagine if you just did one of these a week, you guys. Imagine. I started a stand store a year ago just doing simple things like this. Stand stores are super easy to set up. Um, a lot of you know my stand store because I have a bunch of digitals, but what you may not realize if you go down that, I wrote a book for kids on how to make money using AI. And I did it basically over the phone, talking to talking to my daughter because she's like, Mom, I want to quit my photography job. My God, she wanted to quit her psychology job. She was getting ready to graduate. She just got out of a bad relationship. She was working 3 jobs. She was tutoring calculus, tutoring kids, working with special needs, and she was burnt out and literally was freaking out. I got off the phone with her. I sat down and in 15 minutes with just a blank sheet of page, no content creator, no Claude, no Chat GPT, and just started writing down all the ways that I thought she could make money online. She quit her job, literally gave proper notice and quit her job and hasn't worked for anybody since. I sent her a PDF, made all her roommates read it, and it was $10. And I can't tell you that every time I post this on my Instagram or share it to my story, I get sales. I've made over $7,000 on my stand store in the past year just from doing little things like this. And it's not from photographers because half the photographers that go to my stand store get it for free because my textures and overlays are free for all access. They don't get this for free. But this can be done and it's $10. And it's like if I'm a mom going, my kid needs to make money in college, how can I do this? They're going to pay $10 for doing this. These are all things you can create in the Content Creator Dream Studio. And that's what this is for. It's for because I have spent years just like shaking people. Heather's one of them, going, you have so much knowledge. And this came out of because I was doing the Digital Academy. And if you're part of the Digital Academy, I did a lot of this in the Digital Academy. The whole how to be a digital creator, how to make your own music, how to make your own AI headshots. Oswar went and he like sold a bunch of stuff after the Digital Academy. He wrote a book, sells a book. He's like my prize student. And so many, all of this, the students, I taught them how to do all of this already, how to create coloring books, how to do all of this. But then I still felt like people weren't doing it. Why weren't they doing it? Because when they go to ChatGPT or Claude, it's not giving them the information that they wanted. So I was like, let me see if I can just create my own. Again, this doesn't have to be about photography. It could be about recipes. I want to write a book on how to make lunches for kids at home that cost under $10 and take less than 10 minutes to make. Anything. Now, keep in mind, yes, it is pulling from the AI world because I've built an AI agent in here, but the more information that you can add from your brain, the more it can fill it in. And a lot of people get on my case about AI, but you have to understand it's all about monetizing the mind. I have a million ideas in my brain. And so I just sometimes sit down with a blank screen of paper and just start writing things down. Like the lunches that I made for my kids. Evan used to be in junior guards and was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if he didn't have a whole container for his lunch and I didn't make him an egg omelet with 5 different vegetables in it, he couldn't swim 100 miles out there and he couldn't do all of this. And now he's in medic school. You know what I mean? So I remember those days of having to get him a full breakfast at 5 a.m., get him in the car and give him a cooler of food. I remember those things. And I did it for 5 straight years. I was a dance coach with my daughters, a dance mom, not coach, dance mom, for 10 years. I remember all of these things. So there's all these things that we do on a daily basis that we forget that there's a whole other generation of new moms every single day going, I don't know how to be a dance mom. I don't know how to raise an artistic child. I don't know how to homeschool. I don't know how to garden. I don't know how to knit. I don't know how to become a photographer. How many times do you see every single day? I saw it this morning. I was laying in bed. I want a quick start guide to tell people how to start a newborn photography business. Do you not see this every single day? I do. Let's just do a checklist. And I didn't even change that, but that's fine. And run this little checklist and go, okay, you could be a lead magnet. It could be like, okay, let me put a little free guide of a checklist of how to get started in newborn photography. Or maybe it's a new parent. I want photo ideas for my newborn that I can do at home for the next 12 months. Because what about all those clients that you're photographing these beautiful newborns, as much as they love you, are they going to come to you every single month for a photo session? No, they're not. I remember during COVID, I did a free how to photograph your newborn at home. I had 6,000 people log into that free event. And let me tell you, they weren't all photographers. I've actually had clients come into me going, when you did that free course, I watched it. I actually photographed my baby at home and it was like the best thing ever. And they still came and hired me. So, so many people think that, well, I don't want to tell everybody all my secrets because they're never going to hire me. It couldn't be further from the truth. One of the reasons I've built my business and I am who I am is because I believe in not gatekeeping and I believe in sharing everything I know. There's nobody that can keep up with me because my brain literally moves while I sleep. Any questions about any of this so far?
Yes, Kelly wants to know, does it add disclaimers for someone not certified? Should that be included?
All you have to do is make sure you add a disclaimer for someone not certified. That's it, and it will add it in. Any other questions? So this one, I don't even know what the price of this one is. This one, the price is changing as well. This I also think could be bigger than all of the other programs combined because the audience is huge. The audience is very, very big for this one. Oh, this one is also $99. As I said, this is a very big market. I have done my homework. If there's anything I do, it's due diligence. I used to be a web project manager. I know due diligence like the back of my hand. I used to build flowcharts for a living.
There's
So
two prices on the Dream Studio.
say that again.
There's two prices on the Dream Studio.
Uh,
It's
go ahead.
the bigger price is the unlimited.
Ah, you're right. Very important. Thank you, Heather.
Huh?
Very, very, very important because it gives you generations. See that on the bottom? That it's what, 49 and 99, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This is important because when I was building this, you have to understand that there is a whole back end to this that I'm paying for. And I had to have a cutoff because anytime you're running an AI agent, which is basically what I'm building in addition to SQL databases, I pay. I pay for every time you ping my servers, I pay. And so I had to set a limit. So right now it's 49 for limited, 25 generations. You shouldn't, well, it depends how much of a user you're going to be, or 99 unlimited. This will change. It will go from 99 to 199. So it will change. The 99 unlimited, I mean, you can make so much money from this. This is like, first of all, in my opinion, all my trainers should have this because this is gold. Second of all, if anyone wants to make side income, you should have this. I don't think you guys realize what a big billion-dollar market is happening for content creation right now. It's huge. It was already huge 5 years ago, and it is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because there's so many people that have physical restrictions. And this is just my whole thing is I'm not getting any younger. I don't know if you know this. I will be 56 in August. I was mentoring with Diane on Friday, and she was like, "Oh, I thought you were 40." And I was like, because she kept talking about age. And she's like, the whole point of her mentoring is she wanted me out there because she's going to retire, I think, in the next 5 years. And so she's like, this is my retirement, right? And she kept talking about age. And I was like, Diane, I'm 56. I'm 60 in 4 years. I'm gonna be 56. I'm 55. No, I'm 56. How old am I? I'm 56. Am I? Yeah, I'm 56. I was born in 1970. Um,
Be 56.
She's like, "Oh my God, I thought you were 40." I'm like, "No, I act like I'm 16, and I have a young hot boyfriend, but I'm still 56." And as much as I can do photography, what if something happens where I can't do photography? What if I'm like super sick, besides I have associates that can help me out? Like there's going to be a time where I'm probably not going to be on my knees shooting, sitters every day. I mean, I think I've still got a long time. Ann Geddes is still doing it, but she has like everybody doing everything for her. She just pushes the button. But I expect that my photography, I think I've got another 10 years probably. But I also told Alex the other day, like, I really want to move out of the country. I really do. I said it again this morning. I really want to like just get a house in Bali. It may not be Bali. We're talking about buying a house in Mexico or who knows. But my goal, my long-term goal is I do want to buy a house out of the country, and I do want to live out of the country for half a year. That's kind of my thing right now, but grandchildren, who knows what I'll do. But the point is that we're not getting any younger. And so what a lot of people aren't doing is they're not building side hustles. Like what is your plan when you're no longer doing photography? Like what is your plan? And I mentor a lot of people that are in their retirement stage. That's like literally most of my mentoring lately, that people that I'd say late 40s, early 50s that are trying to have their side hustle make more money. So for someone like Diane, she's going to eventually quit her day job and all she wants to do is newborns. But even then, how much longer can she do that? Can she then hire associates or assistants to shoot? But like, what is your long time plan? And so this is why a lot of people teach. This is why a lot of people build programs. To me, I just want to create as much as I can, whether it's photography, whether it's backdrops, making my own backdrops, whether it's making my own stock images. I just want to do as much as I can while I feel like I'm 30 and feel amazing. But I don't take anything for granted. I've had health issues where I've been knocked out and hooked up to, my iron bags, and I've had different things. And I'm getting ready to go through, something soon. And so I feel like creating all these little side hustles are just not only fun and satisfying, they've got to
What
start,
is that? Huh?
they've got to start.
Huh? Are you on a video call?
Who do I need to mute? Just whoever that is, mute. Um,
Cheryl.
Sorry.
so, so many people go, well, I'm not going to make any money, or I'll make $5 or $10. Add that up. It adds up. And I just don't understand why more people aren't doing it. Look at this, 365 days of baby magic, the complete at-home newborn. And I didn't even add images. I could literally sell a whole course or guide to people that just want to take photos at home. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with doing that. I don't think it takes it away from what you're doing, because the realistic approach is that the more you share, the less you gatekeep, the wider your audience brings to you. And I tell people all the time on my masterminds, I tell them, we were just talking about this, you want to be focused on your non-followers, because the followers are watching everything you do. Yes, but let's focus about the non-followers. This is what I want, because I have a ton of followers that follow me. I am more interested right now in bringing in non-followers, because that's where you're going to get fresh blood. So this is what I want. When I was mentoring in Florida a couple months ago, one of the first things she said to me, this girl, was she hired me for mentoring in Florida. And when I got there, she said right off the bat, she said, I have the same 100 people following me, the same people booking me. Everyone's sick of the same thing. I am not getting new followers, and I haven't gotten them for a year. And so she wanted to fix her lighting, and she wanted non-followers. This guy is a Venezuelan journalist. She reached out to him. She knew he had just had a baby. And she said, I have a photographer. Anna's coming in to mentor, and we need a baby model. Would you be interested? He knew who I was. I had no idea who he was. I had no idea he had a big audience. I didn't know anything about him. When I met him, he right away was like, I know who you are. And I was like, oh, that's great. He says, yeah, I mean, I'm a Venezuelan journalist, but, I have a huge Latin community. We all know who you are. I'm super excited to bring my baby to you. Great. That was as far as the conversation went. In my head, because she said she wanted more non-followers, I said to Alex, stay on me with the video. Um, because I do almost all of my BTS here. Lately, I've been handing it. We have students in for the summer, so I hand them my phone and I do it. Alex isn't really doing my BTS here because he's doing video for my clients. So I'd say 90% of my BTS, either I'm doing it, putting it on a tripod, or I'm just handing it to my assistant, my daughter, the students, just video me. That particular day, I said, Alex, stay on me. I don't know how the day is going to go, but she wants to reach non-followers. We need footage. That moment where he sat down, had tears in his eyes, said he was going to cry, went crazy. You can see the numbers. He also collaborated with me, which is a huge thing. When you add collaboration, that's going to change everything. And when I left, she was like, oh my God, Anna, not only am I getting non-followers, my bookings, they're like going through the roof. Everybody saw you mentoring me. It was a huge, huge thing for her. But also, this particular video is an old video. This video is from a year and a half ago. I was laying in bed. I didn't feel like posting. I didn't feel like sharing. I literally went in my phone, pulled up an old video, forgot about it, went back to sleep. And for some reason, it took off. Again, non-followers. This isn't even creating new content. This, I can't even believe that it's over 10 million. I don't even like my hair. I had let it down. I didn't pull it back. It's driving me crazy. It's because people want to see what you do, how you do it. They want to watch you. And so many photographers tell me they're frustrated because they've got the same followers, they've got the same people, they're not reaching, but you've got to do multiple things. Creating content. Maybe it's just a quote page. Maybe if you're unmotivated, then just start creating quotes Why can't I move this text? Creating quotes so that you can motivate yourself. I gotta figure out why I can't move that. So whether you're doing faceless, whether you're doing TikTok, a post, whatever it is, there are things that you can do to kind of motivate yourself and bring people to your page. There we go. That was driving me crazy. I was like, why can't I move that? Okay. Any questions before I go into the last program?
Yes, Kelly wanted to know if all of these are lifetime access. We were on CC Dream for the two prices.
Everything has a lifetime access price right now. There's no monthlies right now. Everything is lifetime only. When it changes, the lifetime price will go up and there'll be a monthly option. I like to reward early behavior, meaning Heather knows Heather has benefited greatly because she's one of the few people that are probably like, I don't know what Anna's doing, but I'm on board. And there's not many people that are like that. She is one of them. She's been that way since the day I met her. So I love to adopt early people. Any company does because who knows what's going on in my brain? Everything will always change. If you remember the AI Creative Collective, remember, I launched that at $49. Do you remember that? That was 4.5 years ago. And it's $999. And do you know that I've had someone pay it? I've actually had a couple people pay that. So, I like early adopters. I like people that go, I don't know what the hell Anna's doing now, but I'm in. Because anytime you early adopt, you're always going to pay less than later. That's any company, any company. That's why they have Kickstarters, right? You go on a Kickstarter, you pay something low. When it launches, you pay full price. So this is not a new business model. This is very standard. So right now, all of these are lifetime. Understand, I'll say this again, and those watching the recording, it will change. Okay. So just pay attention. All right. The last thing I'm going to show you, the virtual newborn studio, is free for members that are standard, platinum, and all access. Understand that if you are a member of Belly Baby School is courses. It's always been courses. It always will be courses. So sometimes people will say, well, I'm lifetime of the school. You are. That's always courses. I never change that. That is different than our regular membership. And I don't know if you've been on Anna Brandt Education, but I did change my website yesterday because I hated it and it was driving me absolutely out of my living mind. So it's now tabs. So all of these, you just go like this. Very simple, very clean, very easy. I coded this myself yesterday. I should have seen my piece of paper. When I was in the web world, we used to have to draw everything out. So literally on a piece of paper, I drew all of this out and then just trained my AI agent to reproduce what I put in my notebook. So the membership that is here, that has the all access and whatever, we did go to a monthly and a yearly. The lifetime is gone. I don't even remember what the lifetime was when we did it. I don't remember what it was, but so this is the membership that I'm talking about. I think
Let's not go backwards
we're
because
not. We're not.
changing.
It's right here. It's either 99 or 499 a year. It's right there. Keep in mind there is a 50% off on the site. I think it pops up. Does it pop up? I made a pop-up, but I think it's because I've been in it. But I like Heather, go to Anna Brand Education. Does the pop-up come up? The save 50? Because there is a 50% off of the membership. Um, the academies, these are my final baby academies. Heather's, I think there's 1 or 2 spots left, California. Then this is AI.
Yes, it pops up.
Okay, so there's a 50% off on the site, but not on those programs because they're already discounted. Many of you don't even know I've built my own GPTs. They're all right here. Those are included for members in our school, which is here. So if you're a member, anytime I put codes, it's in the classroom. It's in your classroom. There is the 50% off applies to things in here, like the academies, like the GPTs, mentoring. There's the wrapped, whatever else is in here. But the virtual studio. So let me show you that because that's what I'm going to end with. So if you get lost, by the way, I did put new programs here as well. They're all right here. I tried to make it as simple as humanly possible. So they're all right here. They're
So much
up
better.
there. Huh?
It's so much better.
Right? Doesn't it look good? There's the trainers. Yeah. I just hated this website and I was like, I've got to make it better. So much better. Okay, so let's look at Virtual Studio and I'll show you. I had it live and then I pulled it because I had an epiphany and I'll explain what it is. So this is free for standard lifetime or platinum members. If not, I believe it's like $49. How much is it? New
I
program.
think it was 49.
Yeah, okay. So if not, it's 49. This will definitely change. I'm not quite sure what I'm changing it to tomorrow because when I'm done with it, it's going to be amazing. There's not a newborn photographer in the world that has a program like this. I'm pretty proud of this one because I had an epiphany and I was like, how can I explain things? So let me show you the back end and then I'll tell you why I kind of pulled it. Um, because I wanted to, well, I just had an idea. Oh, of course it can't find my server. Okay, let me stop share for a second so I can find it. Oh, I know why. Okay, okay. All right, while I'm pulling it up, let me know if you have any questions about anything. And then I'll get you to the virtual studio. We're almost done here. Um, oh, it's so good. What's today? The 28th, 23rd? Oh, I think here it is. Oh, here it is. I'm obsessed with this program. But it's not done yet. So let me just bring you back. I mean, it is done, but it's not done. So let me show you. Share my screen. Okay. So this is what the virtual newborn studio looks like. Originally, it was just going to be for newborn, but then I was like, maybe I do maternity, children, family, post replacement. And there's duplicates here, but that's because I'm still working on it. So you go in and it gives you the lighting recipe. So it gives you all my settings, and then it shows you where the light direction is and where the shadows are supposed to be. So that's why like this isn't completely accurate because that shadow is supposed to be over there. And this I'm supposed to pull back. So I can go into author. Look how cool this is. And I can move my light back. Isn't that cool? That light is actually here. And then I can go back to guide. Isn't that cool? So the idea though, the idea was I was trying to figure out easy ways to explain where my light is placed, right? So I started building this. And then I thought, I was doing a newborn session the other day and I was just doing BTS. And then I thought, oh, what if I pull back and show my whole scene and then I add the video in here? Because Belly Baby School has the courses and, we film and you see the behind the scenes and blah, 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 blah. But I felt like I needed something else. That's why I made this free for members. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to start adding more video. So what you'll be able to do is when you go in here, you'll be able to click on a button that says show me, and it'll show you the behind the scene video as well. So that's kind of why I paused this for a minute for the members every day. Someone's like, give me the code, give me the code, give me the code, because I know everybody just wants to jump in here, but I'm just kind of tweaking it a little bit. And so, having instruction, having my settings, my tools, if I switch cameras, the light direction, modifiers, super important. And then I also kind of want to make adjustments where you can say, but I have a bounce back. So what would be the angle if I'm on a bounce back? So you can tailor the studio based upon the equipment you're using. That's gold, right? So this is a little bit more, this is a beast. This is something that will really, really, really grow. I mean, all these programs are going to grow, but this is something I live and breathe every day. And so each time I try something new, each time, I'm going to just literally go, okay, let me capture it, let me shoot it, let me put in the recipe, let me plug it in. So this will continue growing and growing, growing like anything else. And of course, the price will change as well. Okay. I think it's cool. So those are the programs in a nutshell. Why did I create so many programs? I don't know, you guys. My brain doesn't shut off. Every time it started with one and now we're in 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I just am trying to make things as super easy as humanly possible. Understand there's a lot of costs on the back end for all these programs. So I couldn't just put them, free for everybody. I couldn't because they're living, breathing programs that require databases and agents and things like that. The Newborn Virtual Studio, the reason why I made it free for members is I felt like that needed to be because it's basically just building on the school and building on all of my teachings and just makes so much more sense. So hopefully that explains it. All of these programs, the virtual newborn studio doesn't have a Facebook group because that's for members. So if you have any questions about that, you can post that in the school or in the photographers group. The rest of them, content, Dream Studio, Market, the CRM, Social Studio, all have associated Facebook groups. Right now, as I said, they all have lifetime prices. This will all change. Okay. You need to understand that. I don't know how many times I can say it. I'll just keep saying it. There will be monthly options, and like with anything, you do pay more for the monthly. So if there's something that you think you want, I would say grab it. And then, yeah, hopefully I answered the questions and it makes sense. They all have different purposes. And there's something that I work on literally every single day, morning, noon, and night when I'm not shooting, editing, and working on the 5,000 other things that I'm working on. No, Carrie, I didn't. I just saw your chat pop up. I'm assuming sometime this week. I need to go into the existing images that are in there and make sure that the light patterns all make sense. All of the recipes are already in there and all of the direction is already in there. The video will be, not everyone will have video upon release. But it's something we'll just keep adding it to. But I also need to change the DNS for the proper access. So I'm guessing sometime this week. Sometime this week. We were supposed to do some travel this week, but we had some personal family issues that we needed to be here for this week. So we are in town this week, and I have Detroit mentoring next week, and then Boston and a bunch of other trips I have to do. But I'm taking the advantage of the fact that we are in California, at least for the next 10 or 11 straight days that I'm not on a plane, trying to get as much done as humanly possible. Understand that I am still working, living photographer, and I still have newborns and shoots and all kinds of other things. So I am the only one working on every single program I just showed you. So just be patient, please, in everything. As I change the DNS, as I change the pricing, as I change things and make things more automated, then the students can help out. But I'm also rebuilding my entire shop, Anna Brandt, for the dealers. That's something that I have a new student, Kaylee, who's working on. We're rebuilding the entire store because I'm trying to have an all new store for the dealers and affiliates on that before the fall. And that's a huge undertaking, but I do have a student on that. I'm shooting some product later today because we have some new releases coming. On the new head release, that price today is the last day. I released a new product that was Diane asked me to do that to, well, we've always just had the circle, but she wanted something that goes in the pillowcase that had more of a wedge. So that is on Anna Brand Education. You can see the $35 price that will end today, FYI, because Vicky, my seamstress, is working on those, and I don't want to. We kept things super low for that, and I still have to pay seamstresses and shipping. So pay attention to that. That will also change. The pricing will change on that. All right. So any other questions?
Yes, Abby wants to know if you could add the option to set a live date and time to publish for sessions, such as the mini session scheduler in My Studio Books.
Okay, so hold on. So CRM, just say that again slower. Say that again.
Okay. Can you add the option to set a live date and time to publish for sessions?
Ah,
So if you
like
have
you
a
want it to auto
session,
publish, you're setting it up and you want it to auto publish?
that's what I'm thinking. So you
And you
can
can just
say,
create it and then hit publish, but you want it to auto publish.
Right. So if you build up the excitement, my Santa sessions are going live on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. You don't have to physically do anything. It's automatically going to go.
You're afraid you're going to
She
forget.
goes, she goes, yes, please, like Christmas in July to open July 1st.
Okay. Is it because you think you're going to forget? I read a post on social the other day that someone said they forgot to go to a wedding. And I said to Alex, this is why I don't shoot weddings.
Oh, she's going to be in labor on July 1st.
Oh, Abby, I mean, you just want all these special things just because you're going to deliver a baby. I mean, I guess we could do it. That's actually a very good reason. I'll give you that one. Because I'm like, the cynical me is like, are you not going to remember? But now I'm like, oh, or or if you're going on vacation, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And we'll let her off on the labor excuse. I mean,
She said she's trying to maximize her maternity leave with a new CRM.
yay! Congratulations, Abby. You got to
And Diane said, thank you, much appreciated. Just added the CRM to my collection.
Aw. Congratulations, Abby. We expect lots of photos. We expect that with your new baby that you use every single item in the social studio. We're going to expect books, announcements, motions, slideshows, throw in a birth video there. You know, we expect all the things. That's awesome. I'm kind of jealous. I want to have a baby, but I don't want to have a baby. Just miss those days. I know I don't want to have it's 56, but I just like every time someone has a baby, I'm always like, you just miss those days. They're such good days. Such good days. You don't miss them? I do. Oh, every time a newborn comes, I'm always like, okay. That's why I'll probably be doing newborns forever because it's just, oh my gosh, how can you not love it? Okay. Anything else? Look at this, 2 hours. I think my rental just left. I think another rental's coming in. Let me just ask Alex. Any other questions before we go? Are we in between rentals right now? And if so, can you check the room? It just went quiet. They were filming something in there. If you don't rent your studio, you guys, you really should. We get all kinds of people. Like today, they were like doing video for MMA people. Like I was mentoring a photographer and she was like, what do I, she needed money and she's like, my studio sits empty because I have a day job. I'm like, then rent it. Then rent it. I don't know why more people don't rent their studio. Because the people that come in are just so different. They're just like clothing and podcasts and sometimes newborn photographers. Like my client the other day asked if she could rent my studio. She wants to come in every month and photograph her baby. I'm like, sure. I don't care. It's one less thing I have to do every month. Um, okay. Any other questions before we go? Which, by the way, I don't make any money off my studio rental. It goes to Evan because he's in medic school. But at least he's benefiting from it. Next is a business program. What does that mean, Nicole? I just saw it pop up. I see the chats are popping up. What does that mean? Don't make me create another studio. All right. Any last questions? Are we good? Got everything? Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to sign off. Um, all the things running a business. That's what mentoring is for. That's like, because if you think about it, I've got Belly Baby School. I've got 2,500 videos on there. I've got how to be a baby photographer from start to finish. I've got contracts, prep guides, how to use a photo. I've got lighting, maternity, newborn, children, family. I've got 80 courses in there. I've been building baby school for the past 10 years, and I'm always adding to that. Then you have just so many other things that, I mean, AI Creative Collective has so many videos. I mean, there's just so many things. So I feel like the running a business is really hard to do anything else for. I think it's just to me when I sit down and mentor people and kind of go over their business or when I'm on Zooms or in person, that to me is the best way to do it. You don't need another course. If you need help running a business, you need a Zoom call or you need an in-person mentoring because I can sit on a phone in 1 hour with someone or in an 8 hour day and literally change their whole business. Because too many times people will be like, well, they don't have time to go through a how to run a business course. So Yeah, I don't think I will do the business any more than I've already done. What you got there, Heather? Butter? What is that? A squishy? Just for stress relief?
Gael just came home with one for me and one for Lizzie.
Is it just like stress relief?
Yeah, they're just squishies.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, this was my third webinar. So much has changed from the last two. Hopefully it helps people. As I said, Heather, I've made her be my expert. I can't get in person. She doesn't love the job, but she does help as much as she can. And it's very frustrating because I do send instructions and activate pages. And
I try.
sometimes they just need to read the instructions. Just read them. Sometimes they're valid, but sometimes they're just not reading. Okay, well, we're gonna go. I have lots to do. And oh, rental just got here. Did you check the room? Okay, that's it. Signing off. What? Good, good. Oh, the last thing I'm gonna say is Studio Social. Collaborate. You can invite me to collaborate because I do, if you go to the Studio Social Instagram, is it? Yeah. I add whenever people have added things like have done things and they collaborate with me, I add it. I check it every day. I check it every day because Diane Custer just did one, and then I add it to the Studio Social Instagram. So feel free to add me as collaborator, and then I can share. Um, Okie dokie. I'm gonna get some lunch because now Heather's making me hungry.